Imagine living in the city of the Prophet ﷺ and knowing your neighbors, the companions that visited the Prophet ﷺ. And the wife of the Prophet ﷺ had a very unique responsibility. They would see all these companions come to his house, know who they were, recognize their faces, and also knew their names. Once the Prophet ﷺ was sitting with his companion, speaking to him. And the wives and the community knows each person there. This person sits down, talks to the Prophet ﷺ. Everyone around the house hears the conversation, and this person gets up and leaves the house, right? And the Prophet ﷺ says to his wife, "Do you know who this was?" And the wife, Salama radiallahu anha, says, "Of course, this is Dihya bin Khalifa al-Kalbi. This is your famous companion, Dihya radiallahu anhu." The Prophet smiled, didn't conclude the conversation with the details of who this person actually was. And this is the unique relationship. Sometimes the Prophet's best friend would embody and come in the figure of one of his companions. And now you are seeing two identical people. One is a companion and one is Jibril. And Salama radiallahu anha has no idea that Jibril can come in a human's form and come in the body form of Dihya radiallahu anhu. Salama radiallahu anha says, "I remember that conversation. And I remember the Prophet ﷺ asking me, 'Do you know who this is?' And I said, 'Dihya, obviously.' And the Prophet never responded. And then she says, 'Later I realized that Jibreel would come in the form of Dihya bin Khalifa al-Kalbi radiallahu anhu.'" But just imagine that unique experience, that you are the Prophet's wife or the Prophet's friend or the Prophet's companion. You're sitting right next to him in this Jibreel sitting with you and you have no idea. And the conversations are happening in the innocence of an angel with the beauty of the Prophet in the same room. What conversation must be taking place? And that's how we know that sometimes a good friend disguises himself. People don't even know. And Jibreel would often do this because we know if humans were to see angels in their real form, especially Jibreel alayhi salam, their eyes would not be able to bear the beauty, the strength, the power of these angels. Angels would come in human form, and in the Prophet's particular time, the angel Jibreel would come in Dihya Kalbi's form to support the Prophet. And it is said Dihya was a very handsome person. He must have done something right for Jibreel to embody his figure. Nevertheless, there's sometimes, many times, two Dihyas sitting in the same room, and you have to identify who's Jibreel and who's the original Dihya. But who cares? Jibreel is visiting his friend. And the Prophet ﷺ absolutely knows who's who, and that's what matters the most. And the companions enjoyed such relationships. The Prophet ﷺ was a friend, but he was such a friend, when Jibreel would arrive, everyone around would also benefit. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such friends. When our friends are around, everyone knows the friends are generous in their relationships and everyone benefits. But imagine having two Dihyas in the same room and you know Jibreel is one of them.